Welcome to the Sport on Prime. I'm Gary L. Smith. It's a big weekend for football and already it's begun. Arsenal and Liverpool are slugging it out at the Emirates with Liverpool. Just as I was coming in studio, it was still 1-0 courtesy of a goal by Philippe Coutinho. However, a series of matches, there'll be 9 in the Premier League actually, and there'll be one big one happening in Spain that is likely to shut down the headline. So we begin with that one as Real Madrid look to begin the quest to cut down the lead of Barcelona in La Liga. It's the Clásico. There's so much involved, and really, if Barcelona are able to win, Real could possibly have to kiss the title, the second in a row, goodbye.
A battle, a classic, and an age-old rivalry. The world comes to a standstill with El Clásico upon us. As far as the form guide is concerned, Barca head into the clash in fine fettle. The Catalan Giants know a win will keep them at least 6 points clear of Atletico Madrid, but a mammoth 14 ahead of Real, though Los Blancos still have a game in hand. Real's poor start to the season has been well documented, but as the year draws to a conclusion, they're hitting their stride. Zinedine Zidane and his players come into the fixture off the back of another Club World Cup tournament win. Cristiano Ronaldo is back amongst the goals, and Luka Modric is at his sensational best. And generally, when these two click, Real do well. Perhaps most importantly, Zidane has every one of his players available. Something is not managed at all this season. Barcelona, though, never tend to do well in the early Saturday kickoffs, but as has been the case this season, they're out to defy the odds. They've stoked the flames by refusing Real a guard of honor, and with the knowledge they could extend their lead at the summit, there'll be little need for motivation. Under Ernesto Valverde, they've tightened up their defense. Nobody in La Liga has conceded fewer as it stands, and nobody in Europe's 5 major leagues has conceded fewer away from home. Samuel Umtiti, however, will be missing for Valverde, but with Lionel Messi in fine form, Barca will always head to the capital high in confidence. It's football's biggest match between two of the world's biggest sides, and it features some of the world's finest players. Come Saturday, all eyes will fall on the cathedral that is the Santiago Bernabeu.
So that's it for Clásico. Let's check out the fixtures in La Liga, the other ones we should be looking out for this weekend as the Christmas break comes upon us. And we have Levante, we have Real Betis versus Athletic Bilbao, Espanyol Real Madrid, Espanyol versus Atleti, Real versus Barcelona. That will be a 12 kickoff. And then Valencia Villarreal, Deportivo versus Celta Vigo. Meanwhile, in the Premier League, it's halftime in that game between Arsenal and Liverpool. Arsenal have shipped, 11 goals in their last 3 encounters, and they have failed to win in their last 5. So, going into this one, there had to be a plan for Arsene Wenger, and his plan, if you looked at the first half, was to match Liverpool boot for boot. Intensity had been a problem, however, Arsenal have been unable to do so, and the Reds have taken the lead through Philippe Coutinho and assist from Mohamed Salah, leading to the Brazilian heading over Petr Cech to give them a lead. Now, this game is important for a couple of reasons, because Arsenal and Liverpool are occupying some of their first 5 positions. The important thing is that Burnley are occupying the 6th position, and any of the 2 teams that lose tonight could find themselves behind Burnley, and it might be quite difficult to get back into it at any time. There's Coutinho celebrating his goal. Elsewhere, on the other end of the Premier League, where they are not fighting for the top 4, the top 6 are Swansea. Jordan Ayew's side are having real problems, from a lack of bite up front to defensive issues that are not extremely looking like they're going to be solved soon. Who is going to take the place of the sacked Paul Clement? The struggling Swansea side have parted ways with him, and coach number 4 on the cards.
Bottom of the Premier League, Swansea City have parted ways with manager Paul Clement following a run of poor results that has left their top flight status under serious threat. Clement had guided the Swans to just 3 league wins this season. He took over at the Liberty Stadium in January with the Swans in the relegation zone and led them to a 15th place finish by the end of the season. But the Welsh side have struggled again this season and lie bottom with just 12 points, 2 behind West Brom. Before joining Swansea, Clements was assistant manager to Carlo Ancelotti at Chelsea, PSG, Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. His only other spell as a manager was at Championship side Derby County.
Fixtures for the Premier League. There are good games coming up tomorrow as well. I spoke about Burnley. You'll be seeing them against Tottenham Hotspur in one of the games of the weekend. But first, the first game will be Everton versus Chelsea. And then Man City expected to get yet another win, the 17th in a row against Bournemouth. West Ham versus Newcastle, Stoke West Brom, Swansea Crystal Palace, Southampton Huddersfield, and Brighton versus Watford. Burnley, Tottenham, also a big game for the weekend, as well as Leicester versus Man United. That will be at 7:30. So, the local news we have for you has to do with the annual awards night for the MTN FA Cup. According to Okaraku, we'll be seeing that at the start of the year, early 2018.
Well, we had the unmissable on the 29th of October. Beyond that, we have already announced that we're going to have the awards night. That includes a lot of work, including but not limited to video materials. I think that in the next few days we're going to announce the dates, and then we should be ready to host an evening where the creme de la creme of the football industry will meet to dine, to wine, and to see if we could have some laugh.
So are we looking at before the year ends or looking beyond this year?
Beyond the year. There's a lot of pro-Christmas activities going on. We do not want to be fighting for the airspace with other entertainment lots, so we're waiting for the year to end, and then we'll come back with new energy levels to be able to deliver on promise.
That's it for the sport for now. Thank you for your custom. We're looking out for a good weekend of sport. I'm Gary Al Smith.